How do you guys feel about Chloe Bailey and her new album? Because I'll start. Because personally, I feel like the album was probably made. It should have been made for another person. It should have been somebody else's vocals on it. She's a wonderful writer, and I'm not taking it from her with the vocals. It's just things didn't match for me. Like even the song with Future, I was like, somebody else needs to be on this song. It's not her. And maybe because I love Rihanna, but I'm like somebody with a Rihanna tone, somebody with a,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just not that.
Yeah, like I think for me,
Hmm.
when it came to In Pieces, like I said before we even started recording, I think from 1 to 7, I did like that Chris Brown feature. I say 1 to 6, I wasn't feeling it, but 7 down was pretty decent. It's a pretty decent album. I think that certain songs were pushed when certain songs should not have been. Okay, you tried to push this single when you really needed to push that single. Okay, I wanted Body Do. Body Do should have definitely been and it was a single. I'm looking at the songs now so I can get like a memory of what they sound like or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was
But
looking
like you didn't push Body Do enough. You didn't give us a video. You gave Pray It Away. I mean, Pray It Away was cute, but it just that's an album song to me.
at. Mhm.
There was a lot of misses with that. The lyrics, I don't know who was doing your lyrics on here. I don't know if it was you or if it was somebody else. And I don't mean to be harsh because I still think this is a good album, but it just seemed all over the place. I
That
don't
was
know. I want to get your guys' thoughts.
exactly.
Yo. Oh, I'm sorry, Alma. You were still talking. My
No, I
apologies.
said those are my thoughts exactly. Uh,
Okay. Okay. Again, you made me do homework. I like this show. You made me do homework.
Uh-huh.
There's no way in hell I would have listened to this in real life. You know what I'm saying? I did my homework. Yo,
Mhm.
let me tell you something. So I gotta say this before I even get into the album. The music that she does with her sister together. I didn't
Mhm.
even know that do it. I did not know that was their song. I thought that was a Mariah Carey jingle. I promise you, I did not even know that.
Yo,
I
get
did
this
not even
man.
know that.
Mariah
That was
Carey.
the first song that came on title. I'm in the shower, like, yo, I love this song.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
this? Like, oh, do it. All right, anyway. So, yo, hear me out. As a group, they are a female vocal version of Ray Sherman. All right. Like they are very good together where um let's say if one is very good at just doing a ballad rendition and the other one is good at doing the background, as a group, you only got to focus on what you're really good at. So you
Mhm.
don't have to stretch the imagination or stretch your range rather and do more things. They work very well together
Mm.
as individual artists, and this is me throwing around my music background. I wrote, and I ain't gonna act like I'm a star. I have wrote some verses for Trench. I
Mhm.
have wrote some verses for Mr. Cheeks and the Lost Boys in my 20s. Here's the thing, because I looked at the Wikipedia. They said that their father helped them write music, well, taught them how to write music.
Mhm.
So I can see the writing ability in Chloe. I definitely can see that. Like
Mhm.
she's writing good music. What's happening is that she's a vocalist. Like I'm going to give her high praise. She reminds me of Whitney Houston. Both of them.
Oh,
They
okay.
have their vocals are
Yeah.
insane. But when you have insane vocals, you can't. Well, you can do whatever you want in life, but it's hard to make that pop music because you don't really need to sing to make pop music. They need to make ballad songs. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Where
Okay.
they voice get to elongate and you get to hear that crispiness. It's like what Keisha Cole was doing when she first came out. You know what I mean? It's like, oh,
Okay.
Mhm.
stop playing, Keisha. You nasty. So, for real. So the thing is, and then here's another thing. Whoever was writing that song, "Have Mercy," those
Mhm.
good people that was with her, they're not on this album at all. I definitely
They're
checked
not.
the credits and everything. Oh no.
Oh, oh.
So this is more Chloe based for the most part. And then
Uh-huh.
you get to see Chloe's how can I say this? Like her biases. So I don't know if you know about this. She was in the Flying Temptations in that movie as a child.
She
So
was.
yes, she was. You can just look this up. She was in this movie. So when she says, "Oh,
They were like, let me look this up because I'm
look
like,
that
I
up,"
don't remember that little girl.
so yo, check this out though. So she's in this movie. So when I hear that Beyonce and Khalees are her inspirations, I'm like, oh, sure they are. Matter of fact, you probably already met Beyonce.
Mm.
You was like as a child singing, doing this. Beyonce probably looked at herself in the mirror and was like, don't worry. Listen.
She was in it.
You keep raising this young sister, she'll be all right.
Mhm.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Because what I hear in this album particular, I hear a lot of Renaissance in this album.
The Renaissance album?
I don't hear.
I hear a lot of Renaissance.
Oh, I don't know.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. It's not
Okay.
as good. It's not. I'm not saying it's good on that level. I'm saying that like she's making these pops, like they're like pop, like this pop house music based music that's going on. Where I'm like, it's a rendition. I'm not saying it's exactly like Renaissance. I'm saying that she's trying in her mind, in a 24-year-old mind, she's in her mind thinking that she's taking this music somewhere. I can definitely see her thinking that she's taking this music somewhere different. It's just that, in my opinion, she hasn't become an artist yet. She's a vocalist. She's not an artist. Like she doesn't have a personality to the music. So when Amma says, yeah, like Rihanna, Rihanna is an artist. Like even with her relationship music, it's not just some simple cheap breakup stuff. It's so much more to it, in my opinion. She doesn't have that. Like so with the Cheat Back song that you was talking about with Future. So let me break down what a 24-year-old should do, and I'll stop talking. So
when
you're 24, now hear me out. When you're 24 and you make a song like Cheat Back, because a lot of the music on her album, in my opinion, is a lot of relationship, heartbreak, makeup music, which is, of course, it's traditional R&B music. I get that, but at the same time, it's been done, it's prodded, like it's old. So, but if you want this to be out there, what she should have done, this is what you should have done, because remember, we're in a time of content right now. It's not even about the music. If people like you as a person, they'll buy your forks, okay? Like this is just the time that we're in. Yeah. So what she should have done was have a fake relationship with Future, right? Let Future have like do some Sierra stuff to her, you know what I'm talking about? And then leave him for Snowfall. Like you gotta do some Lori Harvey stuff right now and put it in news media. I'm telling you, this is what you gotta do.
PR.
Hear me out. Because if you mess around with Future, right? And come on, you're gonna be in the public eye. Everybody gonna talk about you, whatever the case may be. And you hear the little corny little thug lyrics she got going on in Cheat Back. So you just leave him for Snowfall, because it seems like Snowfall has been everybody's rebound. You know what I'm saying? But Lori's rebound could be your rebound too. You know what I'm saying? And then you put this in the news media, and then you put the song out, Cheat Back. It would make so much more sense. It wouldn't just sound generic.
Because it looks like she's acting. I mean, when you look at a lot of breakup songs, a lot of breakup albums, I'm thinking of one just because I'm a Nicki fan. But when Nicki came out with Pink Print, that was a breakup album in a sense, because she broke up with, I think, Safari at that time.
Right.
And people felt the music on there because they was like, oh my goodness, like she really was going through it. Like it sang with Beyonce with Lemonade with Jay-Z. So
imagine if she went with Nas the next day instead of like a year later and had that Pink Print album out. It would have exploded for her.
Yeah.
A whole nother level. Same thing with August Alsina. August Alsina was cheating. You know what he was doing.
People love the story.
And then he made the song Entanglement. Like, had Rick Ross on the song. August Alsina, no disrespect to you, August, you're the 30th best male R&B vocalist in America. Okay, no one's checking for your music. But during that time, it was like, oh nah, Entanglement. I'm on title. Entanglement.
Yo, I mean,
so what you're saying is the reason why we don't like her album is because she did not promote her album a little bit better.
No, I'm saying if she promoted her album in that way, where it's more of a viral content way, I think that this would go over a little bit better, because it's a good album. I think what people may not like about the album is that it's just generic. It's a generic love album, and it's sung generically. Like when I'm listening to it, I close my eyes, I don't hear a Chloe. I hear like another. I just hear a bunch of different R&B. Matter of fact, I know. Look, we all from Trenton North. We from same areas. I know we know 4 or 5 different female R&B singers like that we know personally. That's like, yo, why isn't this sister not in the industry? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How you not going to? And that's just how I felt about this album. one of my homegirls that can really sing could have made this album, but at the same time, no one knows her, so she's not even gonna get any fame. Chloe was just on the Jimmy Fallon show last night. Okay, like, she's gonna blow up. She's the shit.
I think also too was the lack of promotion with the album. I think that there was a lot of, and this is not me blaming Chloe, right? Because it takes a team, okay, to house an artist, right? And I think that her label did not push this album as it should have been. Okay, we had a couple of videos, we had a couple of, okay, here's the little thing, here's I'm the little balance beam or whatever the case, and then you don't hear nothing else from her. The videos, where are the visuals? We got Pray It Away and we got the Chris Brown one. Well, you made a song with Chris Brown and you already know, like him or hate him or feel like he should have been in there or not, anybody could have been on that song, because that song was really good and it could have got real far.
Best song on the album, most definitely. The one that she has with Chris Brown. I was just gonna ask you real fast. Y'all didn't see the Cheat Back video? I had it on title. Okay, I just want to make sure.
I did.
I seen clips. I seen clips of it. When I listened to it, I was
cringy for me, for some reason.
Yeah, and I seen some visuals, and she was doing her little thing, and I was like, oh, okay.
I don't like the song anyway, but yeah, it's not a good visual. It's okay.
You know what I think it is? I think that because when she came out, we didn't see her like as a sex symbol. Now I think that I think that just from like seeing it, maybe that might not be the case. I think that's her main focus, because you see a lot of stuff about her and her body, but not a lot of stuff about her music. And
well, you know what? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think that's what irritates me, because it's like, all right, you guys expect me to like this music, but all I got was body. Where's the music?
Y'all better listen. When it comes to Chloe and her body, y'all better get a 17-year-old boy on this show, or a 17-year-old girl on this show to go talk about that. Because I'm telling you right now, I am not going to be interested in some 24-year-old woman. I'm sorry, that is just too young. That is too young for me.
Okay.
24? That is lunchbox conversation. I don't even want to talk to you.
Right. I think
that is too young.
to answer the conversation of her and her sex appeal, they were doing this. Okay, they did this when it was Chloe and Holly. When it was Ungodly Hour, they were giving sex appeal, maybe not as much as what Chloe is doing now. But sex appeal was definitely there. It was definitely there in a lot of roles that they did, because these are actors too. And I think that that's not nothing new. I just think that this is something that people are getting used to, because she is considered a child star. I mean, she wasn't on no Nickelodeon or Disney show, but we've seen them. We've seen what we used to call them twins, but they're not twins. But we all thought they was, but they're not. They're apparently not. Like we've seen them in like shows and stuff like that here and there. Like they was doing stuff. So they're child stars. They have. I think they were like heavily Christian at one point.
Definitely heavily Christian. It had a big time YouTube channel.
Okay, so I think we're getting through that transition. It's the same transition that a lot of people felt, just to go to the white side. Miley Cyrus, when she first came out and did her solo career, people didn't like it because it was like, oh my God, like you were Hannah Montana, you were this little girl that did this, and now you want to do that. It has to fit. It has to. People got to get used to it.
I think people just have to mature. Well, when I say mature, not saying grow up, I'm just saying allow them more time. Like give them another album, and then another album after that. You're going to see the maturation of them. You'll see the evolution of them. And like for me with Beyonce, I think until we heard Formation, like when I heard Formation, I said, oh no, she's an artist now.
Yeah,
she's just not another entertainer. Like Beyonce is a mega entertainer, and she's so good at being an entertainer. In my opinion, she got to skate by a couple of albums just being a mega good entertainer. When I heard Formation, when I heard that Lemonade album, I felt Beyonce knows now. Like I know a little bit more about Beyonce than what I should probably know. Like she's became into an artist.
And honestly, that's how I felt about Renaissance. Because let me tell you something. Beyonce's first set of albums, I thought it just wasn't for me. I mean, I was a child. I listened to some of them, like some of the songs, like Deja Vu and stuff like that. They were cool. They were all right. But I really started paying attention to Beyonce after her self-titled album on up. I think she's making the music that she's always wanted before. I think when she came into the game, and this is where Chloe needs to, look, take heed, because let's be very clear. A creator said this, and they said that the reason why her music isn't working is because she's trying to market to a different base. And that base thinks her music is corny. Because a lot of her fans, her core fans, they're like, we miss her persona as when she was in Chloe and Holly.
Listen,
and I think, but hold on, let me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I think that to know your market, and I understand that as a creator, like, when you first get into this, you have a preconceived notion of who's going to be listening to your content, whatever that means. Like I had, this group of people is going to listen to my content. And then you look at your analytics and you see that it's something else. So you have to, not saying you got to pander to that, but like, you got to give them a little bit of work to the point where you can be like, I'm going to put this out and I don't care what y'all think. Because that's what type time Beyonce on.
Yeah,
she's always winning.
You don't, and it's cool.
But she had to do R&B. She had to do traditional R&B and pop and whatever she was doing in the beginning, so that she can do this now.
She should have made 12 versions of that song "Have Mercy." I didn't even know she sung that song. When I found out she made "Have Mercy," I'm like, yo, I lost $200 in the strip club like 3 times over this song.
Oh my God.
That's a good song.
I cannot.
Man,
it was good. And
I'll be ready. Like, go ahead, girl.
It was good. I was here for it. I was excited. I was like, we about to get this. We about to get this pop mashed with R&B. And then I think something, because there was an album that was supposed to come out before In Pieces. Like In Pieces was not the first project I've heard. Like it was supposed to be different. I don't know, child.
I don't know. God bless her. That's all I got for her. And I just hope that she continue to do her thing, because even in the modeling industry, it's like that too. Because they're like, no, because how I knew you is not the way. Like I do business with somebody that knew me since I was a kid, and they're like.
And sometimes maybe look,
a little bit, and I'm like, I'm grown as hell. Like I'm doing this. You doing like.
And sometimes I'm a type of person, girl. I stick to what gives you results, right? She came out with a movie. Praise This. I watched it with my mom last night. Oh my goodness, like good. It was a good movie.
Oh really?
So yeah. I mean, people was in the comments on the Shade Room saying, acting was always her strong suit. Look, I mean, look, do what you want. This is your life. No one's.
You're a great songwriter. You can still get your ones and twos in. Still, you don't necessarily have to leave it all the way, but let's tap into that acting. I think you might do a little bit better there. We might accept you on that platform a little bit better as of now.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing the female version of Jamie Foxx, most definitely.
Them albums, I was like, yo, Jamie Foxx not making no more music. This used to be my little bedroom music.
Absolutely not. I was never into Jamie Foxx as a musician. He was like, he needed to be an actor.
That one album, that one album that he put out, that Untraditional, that had all those songs on it. Yo, that was a great album, yo. Great.
It's giving Eddie Murphy.
Stop.
You don't like Eddie? Who doesn't like Eddie? Well, I love Eddie Murphy, man.
I love
party all the time.
Like to party. Oh.
Party all the time.
I got that song. No, I ain't gonna lie. I got that song.
That song is fire, man. Fire. Now that song that he did with Michael Jackson. Now that was trash.
What song was that again?
I don't know. I think it was whatchamacallit. I don't know. It was some type of. It was a long word. What you were gonna do? I forgot what it was, yo.
Michael Jackson said, "Okay."
Yeah, exactly. And Mike said, "Okay." That's
it might have been charity work. He was like, "You know what? I got time. Here you go."
Not charity work.
Yes, that's what I call it.
It was definitely charity work. It was
charity work.
Y'all didn't see the video. Y'all gonna have to go on YouTube after this show. Y'all gonna have to go ahead and type in Eddie Murphy, Michael Jackson. Check that video out. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Check that video out so you can give me a call and be like, "El Nasor, I don't like you. I can't believe you watched this."
Oh Lord. All right. Well.